beats us to the punch. Hey there, Bare Knuckle News fans. I am here after the press conference at BKFC 47 with Jared Warren. Jared, a very interesting end to that fight tonight. Some illegal issues, illegal blows and stuff. Can you talk a little bit about that and kind of break it down from your perspective, sir?
Interesting is a nice way to put it. It was to it. Neither one of us wanted that. I don't take it personal. I don't think he did it on purpose. He's just kind of a wild guy. That's how he fights. You know what I mean? We chatted a little bit afterwards, and we're always pretty straightforward with each other. He's like, man, you rocked me. So he's like, I was just trying to swing, so I didn't go to the third round, and, is what it is. But, yeah, it sucks. You know what I mean? It was he definitely was doing better in the first round, and then I started to kind of learn, how he fights, and then I started making some good adjustments in the second round, and unfortunately that happened at the very end of the second.
You called for this rematch, though. Why?
Because he was my only real loss a few years ago, and that's I was newer to the sport, and I didn't have a coach back then, and so really I like a good challenge, and I wanted to see how far I'd come. I know I'd gotten better. I wanted to see if I was good enough to avenge that loss, but again, we never got to see the full scale of it.
But it was interesting because I didn't know that. I mean, I didn't know when you fought him last time that you were pretty much on your own, so to speak. And I think the viewers need to know that because with the right preparation and the right training camp, you can go very far. And that is exactly what you've done in your career. At the time that you fought, you had nobody. You were all by yourself, right?
Yeah, I didn't have a coach. I didn't have anybody to train me. I had a friend that would hold mitts for me here and there, more for like just the fitness side, but that doesn't do much. But it was after that loss with him when it was actually Martin Brown from Shift MMA that reached out to me, and he's like, we knew each other from the past. He's like, hey man, why don't you come train with us? And so I was happy to, and from then I went on a nice winning streak, and it changed everything for me. I didn't know what I didn't know until I got in there.
What's the magic going on at Shift MMA? Is there something in the blood, sweat, and tears of that gym that makes it turns out so many champions? Because it was a very successful night for your team.
Yeah, no, it is an awesome team. I mean, so, Jihad Wingfield's the head coach and the brains behind it. He's not just somebody who was a good fighter, but he's a good teacher, a good coach. And he knows how to relay information. Like me, I'm a little slow. Sometimes I got to stop and ask questions, but he knows how to make me understand it. My girl Crystal was the same way. She came from Cali, not having any coaches over there, anybody worthwhile to help her, and she racked up a few losses, but she came over here, finally got some good training in, and you can see what a big adjustment it made. She looked awesome tonight.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. We did an interview with her earlier, and I was saying to her, you look like a different person. Her focus was so different. She had that kind of like, don't F with me stare, which I love because it's a girl thing, and I was really proud of her, too. Would you run this back again, do you think, or does it make sense for you to just move on and maybe not visit this adventure, so to speak, again?
I'm 100% open to it. I heard Feldman earlier talking about they're going to kind of look at things and see how to go about making a title shot from here forward. I don't know if it'll be like a four-man tournament or not. That being said, if there is one, we'll probably both be in it. So there's a good chance we'll run it back again. I'm not trying to beef up this time. He's a big old dude. We fight in the same weight class, but we ain't really in the same weight class. You know what I mean? But I would definitely run it back.
All right, before we go tonight, anything else you would like to add?
No, I'm just so proud of again the Shift MMA crew. Aside from my snafu, I think the whole team won their fights tonight. It was awesome. So really good. We got just such a family vibe and atmosphere in there. It was so cool to see everybody do so well.
All right, shout out to Shift MMA. We love you. And you love them too, right?
I do. I love you guys.
All right. For Bare Knuckle News, I'm Susan Singora, and this is
Jared Warren.
And remember, Bare Knuckle News fans, no one beats us to the punch.